Hello everybody, my name is Corrinanite and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about how to survive in university. So I am a third year in university and I thought I'd give you guys some tips on some things to survive university, as I stated before. Yeah. So the first thing about how to survive in university is that you need to stock up on all things that can microwave. Starting from craft dinner, to pogos, to even sidekicks. You need to stock up on these things because during exam week, things like that, or even the weekends that the cafeteria isn't open, you're gonna need food, and this is the best way to get food if you don't want to spend the money on buying Domino's all the time, like we do at our school. So the other thing about that is that you need the equipment to make these things. You don't know how many times I've been wanting to make craft dinner and I don't have a big enough bowl to do the mixing in and then put it in the microwave. You also need microwave safe bowls because there have been incidents that people have blown up their the microwave at my university. So bring those type of things because sometimes the cafeteria cannot help you at all. And their food is always repetitive. They have the odd good food, but yeah. So basically, remember some safe microwave bowls, things like that you need to make these. And also remember the equipment. You need a measuring cup. You don't know how many You don't know how many times I've tried to make craft dinner by eyeballing how much water I need to use and things like that, and it just turns out either super watery or it's just a ball of sticky cheese macaroni. But yeah, so that's step number 1, microwavable foods. Second university survival guide: don't start a new series during the school year. I do it way too much. I know I haven't even learnt myself on this. I do it all the time. But if you start a new series during school, you end up watching it and binge watching it like it's the Holy Spirit or something, just non-stop every day. And then before you know it, in an hour you have an exam that you totally forgot about and you need to study for. So don't start a new series at all because it will have its repercussions. Third on our list is you actually need to study. I know it sounds very shocking, but no, you do need to study because it's not like high school, university. You can't just call in sick and be like, oh, I'm sick today, so I can't make the test, and you get a retest. Almost no teacher in university will give you a retest. And you can't be late to class. Teachers hate being kids are late, and my school has a policy that if you're not in the exam after 20 minutes when it started, you cannot take the exam. And if you don't take the exam, you either lose that 20% in which that exam is. I'm talking more midterm exams too right now, but if you don't have that, some teachers, well, most of my teachers, if you do miss it, they'll end up putting that 20% from your midterm onto your final exam, which then screws you up because you're too lazy to go to class or to study and stuff like that, and now your final exam went from being 30% to 50%. That's half of your final mark, all because you refused to go to that test. It's not high school. You actually need to take responsibility for yourself in this, and that's one thing. Study and actually show up to class. Gosh. Fourth, I almost said 3 there. Fourth in the stock in line is you actually need to ask questions if you don't know what's happening. So university is way more fast-paced. It's just go, go, go. You learn one whole chapter in one class. Sometimes the chapter goes on a little bit longer during the week, maybe between 2 classes if you have an hour-and-a-half classes. But if you have a 3-hour class, you're literally gonna be probably learning almost every 3-hour class I've had. You learn 2 chapters in that one class. So they're not gonna stop and try to help you during that teaching period. But after school, you can make an appointment with your teacher to meet up with them and ask them questions. But ask questions, because by the time you actually like go to study and you're like, oh, I don't actually know this, the teacher already moved on from like 5 chapters later, so he's not going to even remember probably, and he doesn't really care about what you do. Like, their teachers in university are more like, they want you to succeed, but at the same time they have like 50 classes to do, and like, you need to catch up yourself. That also brings up tutoring. So my school has free tutoring for like, I don't know, 6 hours or something like that, but with statistics, free tutoring throughout the whole like year. So take the tutoring. If you don't understand what is happening in class, or you don't understand a unit, literally take this tutoring, because like, these are people that actually know this shit, and they will help you. Because if you don't know it, you won't get to know it, because all you're doing in university is basically listening to the teacher tell you, like teach you, and then you have the textbook that basically says the same thing that they do. And I'm not gonna lie, you're probably never gonna use your textbook. Like, I never used my textbook. I used like my one psychology textbook, and that was because I love psychology. I'm a psychology major, so I read it for fun. I know that sounds very nerdy, but like, you're probably not going to use your textbook, but like, you should probably use your textbook. Yeah. But yeah, so like, teachers are way fast paced. They don't actually give you homework to do. Some, like, you get assignments and stuff, but it's not like, oh, I want you guys to read these chapters between here to next class, and then I'll quiz you. Like, that doesn't always happen. Some teachers do that, but like, not many. So like, if you need help with something, you ask questions and you go see a tutor. Like, I don't know how much I have to say for that. Go see a tutor if you need to see a tutor. It doesn't make you, like, it's not saying that you're dumb or anything like that. You just need help with that one unit or something like that. Like, statistics is really hard after a bit. Like, after you learn probability and stuff like that, the easy shit. You go to more complicated crap that you're just sitting there and you're like, wait, I was understanding that for a second, but now you're saying this? Like, what? How do you use this T table? I understood the Z table, but I don't know the T and F table. Like, it gets complicated after a bit. Like, that part wasn't complicated for myself, but like, for some people it was. So get help if it's needed. Spot number 5, we have take notes, okay? So when you're in the class and like, you sit there, and like, a lot of times the teachers will give you their PowerPoints that they make in class so that you can review it later. Actually, like, write your notes in class, because like, oh, like, you know how many times I've said to myself, oh, I'll remember that, and then come time to then it comes time for the exam and I'm studying and I just totally forget about that, not study for it at all, and then I go to the test and there's a question about it. I'm like, oh, I remember that, but I can't remember what I was supposed to write, like, stuff like that. So yeah, please write notes. Don't be that person that borrows notes off of everybody, and don't you dare ever be that person that doesn't go to class because you're too lazy and then asks people inside that class for the notes, because it doesn't matter if they're your best friend or anything like that. They hate you for doing that. If you don't go to your classes, don't even go to university. Why are you even in university or even college? Why? If you're not going to go to your class, why are you even wasting everybody's time? Like, you're wasting everybody's time and people's money, your own money, just to sit there at home and then go and fail your class. Even if you do pass, still, like, don't be that person. Everybody hates that person. We all hate you. You know who you are. We all hate you. We don't care that you're bored so you don't want to go to class. Half the time I don't want to go to class, but I still get off my lazy ass and go to class because I need to know what we're learning. Like, I'm not going to tell you what you missed in class. So don't be that asshole that doesn't go to class and then asks everyone for it. Like, that's just stupid. Don't be that person. Woo! Almost fell there. Ooh, also, don't write short forms in your notes. I learned that from experience. You start writing like, what was it? CYN. You write like CYN in your notes, and you're like, okay, I'll remember that. And then come time for your exam, and you're reading your notes, and you're just like, wait, CYN, does that mean, like, check your notes? Or is this, like, some, like, short form for that word that we learn in biology? Like, you need to, like, not do short forms because you're gonna get in that position at some point in, like, the school year. It's, like, the top 5 things that you, without a doubt, need to know to survive in university, but here's some other things, that are kind of too short to make it as, like, a numbers. But firstly, your room, you have to get out of your room at some times. Like, you can't just be bundled in your room all day studying. I know that sounds bad, but like, you should be studying, but don't not just only study, and don't be that person that only hangs out with their friends all the time, because you need a healthy balance in order to, like, survive in university. Have a healthy balance between hanging out with your friends and doing your actual schoolwork, because if any of those go over, you're not going to have a great time. Secondly, friends. Friends are a huge thing. Like, you need them to survive up there. You're up there for 8 months. Like, you need to survive somehow and have communications with people. So with your friends, make sure you're hanging out with friends that you actually like and they're actually helping you and not just like screwing with you and just like using you. Don't do that, because I've had that experience many times, and just get away from those friends. I swear to you, get away from them, and it will be so much better. And if you get into another group that they're kind of annoying to you and stuff like that, like, you should at least try to talk to them or get out of that group. Still communicate with everybody, but like, don't hang out with them all the time, because it will make your university life suck. Another thing, partying. So you can party, yeah, sure. Just make sure you're done your work before you party, because that sucks when you go and you're like, oh, okay, it's Saturday night. Yeah, sure, I'll get drunk with my friends tonight, and then tomorrow I'll finish this paper before class, like on Monday. Don't do that, because I learned from experience. So you go and you have plans to do stuff on Sunday, but you get drunk on Saturday. You're too hungover on Sunday to even think about thinking, like, to do an essay. You basically just lay there in your bed all day and you just, you watch TV all day. So don't drink the night before or the day of a time that you actually have to get work done. So that's one major hitter that you will learn, because you guys are probably like, oh, what? I don't get hangovers all the time and all this stuff. You're probably just a lightweight and stuff like that. I'm not a lightweight, and I got hungover, and I just, like, even if it's like a slight hangover, I'm still, like, my energy is just drawn out, and I just don't want to do anything, or let alone think, that day, like, after I drink. So it's a good lesson for you guys to learn, is don't drink, like, when you have work to do. Drink if you're of age. If you're of age, you can drink. Not like I'm telling you to drink because you're of age. But don't get pressured into drinking. Don't do that. Just remember, you're up at school to learn. You're not paying to get drunk. Just remember that. Another thing that I learned from experience, between your classes, sometimes you have like an hour between classes and stuff like that. Don't take naps. I learned this from first year. I took naps after every class, and it literally just drains you. Like, you get super more tired, like, apparently that's a word now. You get way more tired by taking all those naps than you are being rejuvenated for class. So you're better off just staying awake and like watching a show or something like that before class than laying down and taking a nap each time, even if you're tired, because I promise you, the odd time if you take a nap, you'll feel rejuvenated, but almost all the time you're super tired, and then you don't want to go to class because you're like, oh, class is in like 20 minutes. I can take 10 more minutes. And then you put an alarm on, and then you end up accidentally make your alarm 10 a.m. instead of like 10 p.m. and then you miss your class. So just don't take naps in between every class, because it does not help you the way you think it's going to help you. Like, not at all. So those were some university survival tips. I hope you guys enjoyed them. If you want more, please comment. Like it if you liked this video, and please subscribe to my channel. I learnt these firsthand from first year and second year as well, so hopefully I'll learn from them this year, but those were just like the main points that I've learned that I wish someone told me. So I hope you guys enjoyed and have a great day. Bye!